crazy story behind how Stephen Schwartz wrote the song For Good.
It took me a long time in the development of the show to get to the point where I felt I could write this. The title emerged in a conversation I had with Winnie, where she actually used the phrase, as we were just talking about, well, what are they actually feeling? And she said at one point, well, actually, they'll never be the same, and they've changed each other for good, and I was like, okay, stop. Because it's such a brilliant phrase, because it means two things. It means obviously literally for good as opposed to for ill, but also it means in English at least forever. After my conversation with Winnie, my daughter was visiting, and I went down from my music group to talk to her, and Jess, who's an adult now obviously, has a friend, a long-time friend that she's known since they were like 6 or 7, and it's been a kind of bumpy friendship. They were extremely close. Then there was a point when they were very angry and they weren't speaking with each other, and then so it's been that kind of a friendship. But now they're extremely close, but they live on opposite coasts. Anyway, I went to Jess with a yellow pad and pencil in hand and said, okay, so I want you to imagine that you're only going to see your friend Sarah one time again for the rest of your lives. And this is your chance to say to her whatever you want to say to her about what she's meant in your life. What would you say? And then just talk for a while, and I wrote a bunch of things down. And that more or less became the first verse of the song. I think that consequently, because it's true, because it's about a real relationship and someone actually expressing, in this case my daughter, what she felt about this relationship, somehow that truth permeates the song. I think that's part of why it seems to have the impact that it does.
I didn't get this part on camera, but later he was talking about how For Good, the song, doesn't translate very well in other languages. Like, they have different analogies, different words for these things that doesn't flow very well with the music. And so as people are translating it, he tells them, he's like, hey, it doesn't matter what you throw in there. It doesn't have to be a comet pulled from orbit. It just needs to be a comparison that will then lead us into the chorus. And that is what's really important. And I thought that was so interesting. Let me know what you think about all of this, and follow for more Wicked.